Pokémon Unite has been one of my favorite games for the past year or two now. The game has had its ups and downs. The difference is that it's coming from me. I'm not your Pokemon World Champion, and I'm certainly no Pokemon Unite aficionado. I'm just an average Joe. So why would you even want to listen to me? Well, I have interesting stories about this game, and while I'm not one yet, I hope to someday be your Pokemon Unite World Champion. So, if you're still around, let's start from the beginning. What is Pokemon Unite anyways? You probably know this already since the game's been out for like 3 years now. But Pokemon Unite is a free-to-play MOBA. This game is available on Switch and mobile, Android and iOS. And I guess the Switch too, but are we really gonna count that as a separate console? Anyways, in this game you control one Pokemon on a team of 5, where you aim to level up, fight the other team, and score more points than they can. That's the basics. If you want to go deeper, get into the specifics, we could talk about items, item enhancers, and held item grades, but we'll get to that soon. Pokemon Unite kind of had a rocky start, with no real meta, and the obvious best Pokemon with all the new additions being obscenely overpowered. At launch, Pokemon Unite had 20 Pokemon to choose from, with the number just increasing as the game has developed. At the time of this video, there are 74 playable characters, if you count both Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y as their own Pokemon, which I do because they have separate Unite licenses. There's 21 attackers, 10 speedsters, 22 all-rounders, 10 supporters, and 11 defenders. Side note, did you know Zero Order is not on the official Pokemon Unite license website? Crazy. Anyways, each Pokemon has 2 possible moves to use in a match, a basic or auto attack, and a Unite move or an alt as we all know it. I don't know about you, but that is a lot of choices, especially when you can only run one Pokemon yourself, and we haven't even started talking about held items. Pokemon Unite had 6 held items that you could earn and equip at launch. The number has grown to 32 that you can mix and match on your Pokemon to find the most optimal build for you. There were 6 battle items released upon launch, and now they are up to 12. Say hello to customization and goodbye to not getting confused at what to use. This video is not your guide to best items in Pokemon Unite, but just my general explanation of the game, the mechanics, and my general opinion on how the game is. A single game of Pokemon Unite lasts 10 minutes in ranked and casual play, not counting surrenders, matchmaking, or picking your Pokemon, which is unlike other MOBAs where a single game could last anywhere from 5 to 45 minutes for a single match. This short timer makes it easy for players to pick up the game 15 minutes before their next class starts or their work break ends to play the game, and have it done just in time for them to get back to what they need to do. They also have quick battles, which are only 5 minutes, making it convenient for people who have less time to spare. Let's discuss all the changes that have happened to Pokemon Unite throughout the years. Starting with arguably the biggest and, in my opinion, the best change to ranked matches as we know them. The switch from Zapdos to Rayquaza? I actually say Rayquaza. It just sounds better to me, I don't know. Anyways, Zapdos not only stunned all Pokemon on the opposing side, dealing massive damage with lightning bolts, but it also made Gold Zones nearly impossible to defend for the team that never took it. What's more is that it lasted long enough for KO'd Pokemon to be revived, gather Eos energy, and score without fear of being blocked, since they only needed to survive with 1 HP at an enemy Gold Zone to score, which I might add was worth double points in the last 2 minutes of the game. I don't know about any of you, but I hated this. My team is doing so well that the enemy team can't do anything about it. But they steal Zapdos, and all of a sudden, this match is flipped on its head. We KO all the team members except one Gengar or one Zoroark who lived on a slither of health, and they go and score massive points while their team gets revived, and all they have to do is rush into a goal zone and score. It was ridiculous. What's more, Dreadnought was completely busted, giving the team that took it massive experience and a huge shield. Then we finally got the update to Rayquaza, which almost functioned similarly to Zapdos, except the effect granted a shield to the team that took it, and not the opposing team's goal zones. What's more, the shield can be broken, and the teammates that were waiting on KO timers when Rayquaza was defeated don't get the shield. This means that while Rayquaza is an option that you could use to win games, especially if your team is dog water, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will, and oftentimes, even if you are able to snipe Rayquaza from the enemy team, if you or your teammates don't have enough juice left in the tank, it might not even matter. This helps out so much, especially when you're trying to climb the rank ladder. Of course, you can play with Zapdos and Dreadnought if you want to play casual battles or even some quick battles, but nobody likes you, Zapdos. Get out of here. And worse, bots. Anyways, now let's talk about in-game currencies. There are about 5 in-game currencies. We're not counting event items like the Lucky Ice Pops. 4 of these you can obtain for free by playing the game gradually, and one of these is a paid item that you can only obtain by purchasing, that being the AOS gems. I'm not going to tell you how to use them, that's probably for another video, but essentially, you probably should not be spending real money on a free-to-play game. But if you do, you should probably be spending it on holowear and not item enhancers or something dumb like that the game gives you for free. It is very easy to know what items purchase what type of thing, since the game basically tells you, and if you did not know, you can get the orange Unite style Pikachu here. And you don't even have to pay anything. You're welcome. Lots of people say this game is pay to win, which as a new player, you want the new Pokemon as they release. I see how you might say that, and as an older player who doesn't spend money on the game, I can see how you say that too. Heck, I've been playing Pokemon Unite for like a year now, and I'm only just over half done with the roster of Pokemon to choose from. However, you can always just save up your AOS coins, assuming you're playing every day at least once to max the coins you can get. And when something new releases, you could probably buy it a week or 2 after that with its AOS coin value. But you do not need these Pokemon. They are not game breaking, and if they are, they'll probably be nerfed in like a week or 2. I'm a consistent master rank player, and I haven't spent a dime. Let's have a look at the good in Pokemon Unite. Number 1. Constant updates. This gives you more Pokemon to choose from, which in a Pokemon game is always nice. I'm looking at you, Pokemon Quest. Also, new fashion items so you can be dripped out and not have to look like a loser on the profile screen, as well as new holowear for your favorite Pokemon, keeping their designs cool and fresh. Also, balance patches are always nice when a Pokemon is too overpowered and needs to be nerfed, and just because you had a bad experience facing a Pokemon doesn't mean it is going to be nerfed. The Pokemon you had might just not be the right for that matchup, but a different Pokemon could have stopped it in its tracks. Team building is so hard. Number 2. It's free to play. Anywhere, anytime. Pokemon Unite is free in every region it can be downloaded in. And if you can't download it in your region, just change the region on your app store of choice or use a VPN. It's that simple. Number 3, getting into it and playing the game is super easy and super simple. And the base knowledge for how to pick up and play is really easy for most people to get started. However, we also have to address the elephants in the room because there are a lot of elephants. Let's start with the most common one and the one that gets players the most tilted: AFKs. AFK players can be the most annoying thing in a game of Unite. Of course, this game could have been won if your Talonflame was on the field helping you out, getting important KOs and scoring goals, but alas, it is just waiting there, gets KO'd, and stays at the base the rest of the match. While the game does try to address this by making you either not lose rank or rating if you're a master, it still counts as a loss in your analytics and your Pokemon's win rate, and made you play a whole game for nothing. A player griefing at least doesn't do this and ends the game almost immediately. But I still had to wait in the queue for 2 minutes though, go through a draft, and wait another minute for my team to pick their lanes. Also, players aren't punished severely enough for doing this. A minute off ranked because they AFK'd and -5 fair play points that they can easily earn back. The punishments need to be more severe, especially for repeat offenders. The lack of map updates. Pokemon Unite players often complain that even though the game is fun and the new characters are fun, the map is getting old and stale fast. They want a new map and they want it fast. Nobody likes boring, quick or casual battles with bots, which brings me to my next point. The bots. Open any quick or casual battle and there are going to be bots. It's inevitable. Why can't I play a normal, casual battle against real humans? You're telling me that in the 3.4 million monthly active players, you can't find 9 other players who want to play a casual battle with me? And why are the bots always so bad? Your team is winning, they all gather to one objective, or all get KO'd with 5 level advantage on the other team. And why do they always run back to base using the central area instead of healing on your goal zone or using the button that takes them back to base? We already KO'd everyone on the opposing team. Where is this Garchomp going? Nowadays you see fewer of these bot matches, especially in Master Rank. But when I do see these bot matches, I get so frustrated. I guess easy wins though, so can't really complain. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have the currency problem. Why are there so many currencies? AOS coins, AOS tickets, fashion tickets, hallway tickets, and AOS gems. I'm not counting item enhancers as currency since you have to buy them with in-game currency and the game practically gives you them just for playing. And you can only use them on one thing, so AOS gems are the premium currency, the only one in the game that you can buy with real money. This I understand. It is a free-to-play game that still needs to make money, and 99% of games have these. It's just standard practice. You can use AOS gems to buy Pokemon, license art, main menu backgrounds, battle passes, and basically anything you want in the game. Please, if you are spending real money, use it for Holloway. You can get almost anything else in the store without spending real money. You also have AOS coins, which you can spend on Pokemon, some backgrounds, and leveling up boost emblems. Thus, I also understand an in-game currency that you don't have to pay for, you just have to earn by playing, which gives you access to more characters so you can continue to play. Then we have AOS tickets. I have to say, I also understand this. You want your trainer to be tripped out of his mind, but you also want to spend your hard-earned AOS coins on a Pokemon you really like. Well, now you still can because of the AOS tickets. You use them for fashion, buying battle items, held item enhancers, and so on and so forth. Completely understand. Holloway and fashion tickets, these are garbage. Sure, the Holloway tickets I used to buy some Pokemon Holloway for free, but now I've got so many that I don't know what to do with them. And by the way, they state cannot be sold. The same goes for fashion tickets. Oh my days, why do I have so many fashion tickets? I am going to lose my mind. Why does the game give you so many fashion tickets if it's just going to remove them from the game? Sorry about that. Anyways, energy exchange is really fun, but when you've obtained everything and are now just spending every day for a chance at the AOS coins, you get so much that it is impossible to keep up with the Holloway tickets and the fashion tickets that I have. And on the topic of energy rewards, is it just me, or is everyone having the problem that when you have extra energy tanks, the energy boost tanks won't replenish the next week, so you have to use the ones you have, even though it will give you less spins for your extra energy? No, just me. Anyways, okay, never mind. These useless items either need to be able to be used for more Holloway and more fashion items, or just removing them completely and giving us rewards for the ones we have already. Either way, these useless things need to be dealt with in some way or another. In conclusion, Pokemon Unite has been a great game for me and my few friends that I play with, and it has a massive online player base that all have their opinions on it, but love it all the same. If this is not your first time playing the game, then you probably knew all this stuff already. But I hope I've helped out a few new players and people who are genuinely confused at what to do with so many Holloway tickets. It's nothing. You can do nothing with them. I hope the community continues to grow, and I hope that we as a community can help push the Unite landscape in a way that will help newer and older players alike and keep the game alive. Because even though it has lots of flaws, this game is so fun and I enjoy it so much. That $40 Ninetales Holloway, crazy though, right? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any others.